Welcome students. Today's online lecture we are going to solve the problem number 7 in our problem set in the topic projections of solids. The problem is a pentagonal prism of base side 35 mm and axis 65 mm is lying on HP on one rectangular surface such that the axis 30 degree to VP. And this problem is coming under the category solid axis inclined to VP and parallel to HP. Let's go and solve the problem. Yeah, the problem is before getting to the problem, just we can go for an overview of the solids condition with respect to the HP and VP. So that your solid is a pentagonal prism and it's going to lie completely on HP on one rectangular surface. So in the pentagonal prism, we are having totally 5 base edges, 5 face edges and 5 lateral edges, and in the problem itself they given that this pentagonal prism is going to lie on HP by one rectangular surface. So just see in this solids where you can find the rectangular surface, in a face or in a base. Now in the side face only we can see the rectangular surface. In all kind of prisms the side face is a rectangular face. So this pentagonal prism is going to rest on HP by a rectangular surface, that is in this way it's going to rest completely on the HP, and the meantime its axis is making 30 degree inclination with VP and parallel to HP. So this is what the condition of the solid now. So in this solid, as usually we can make the solid axis perpendicular to VP, because in the final condition it's going to have 30 degree inclination with VP. So first, in order to see the base view of the solid, we need to make the axis perpendicular to VP. If you made like that, you can see the base pentagon of the solid in the front view. In the front view you can see the pentagonal base of the solid. Actually the solid is going to have 30 degree inclination, axis going to have 30 degree inclination with VP. For our convenience we are considering the axis perpendicular to VP, and you can see the pentagonal base in the front view, and then we can draw the simple projection followed by the final projection. Let me to draw the things. As usual we can start the answer with our XY line. And here the base view is going to obtain in the front view. And how should be the base? In the sense our pentagonal prism is going to rest on the horizontal plane by a rectangular surface. So in that way you can make one base edge parallel with the XY line, and is going to rest in the XY line also. In this way you can draw the base view of the solid, and here we are going to have totally 10 corners, 4 base corners and 4 face corners. Here, like the previous problem, here also I am going to assume the corners nearer to VP are base corners, and the corners far away from the VP are considered to be the face corners. Let me to name the corners of the solid, starting from A, B, C, D, E, and in the face 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are front view, so I need to give the superfix for each and every corner, every point. Why I am giving bracket to the alphabets? Because when you see the solid from the front, the face corners, that is the numerals, are only the visible points, and the base corners, that is the alphabets, are invisible. They are just hidden behind the face corner. So I am giving bracket to all alphabets in here. And then you need to find out the axis point for this solid. In the last class, or in the some classes before, I instructed you how to mark the center point of the pentagonal surface. Once again I am telling you. So from, in order to mark the center point of the pentagonal surface, you have to draw perpendiculars for each and every base edges from the opposite corner. For example, I am going to draw the perpendicular for this edge. So I need to plot a line from the opposite corner in order to mark the axis. And now for this one, so approximately this will lie here. Since it is a computer platform, I am marking it approximately, and then you can project each and every corner towards your top view. And then now it's time to draw the lateral view of the solids in the top view area. I can start the solid from this range a few below the XY line, and the axis height of the solid given in this problem is 65 mm. So the range of 65 mm. I needed to plot it. For that I needed to extend the projectors up to some range. Now you need to draw the lateral portion with a HB pencil. You can see one thing, the edge 1A, when you view it from the top, it's an invisible edge when you look it from the top. So in the lateral view, you have to draw it with the dashed line format. Since it is an invisible edge, you need to show it in the dashed line format. And the edge 3C is a perfectly visible edge. And again the edge E5, when you look it from the top, it's an invisible edge. So you have to show it with a dashed line format. And again the edge D4 is an visible edge. So this is nothing but the lateral view of the solid, and you can continue the naming. And this is nothing but your point B, A, C, E and D, and here 2, 1, 3, 5 and 4. And this is what your lateral view. And in the problem itself, it's clearly given that the axis is going to have 30-degree inclination with VP. So now, as per the simple projection, we drawn that the axis is perpendicular to VP, because in the top view, in the lateral portion, lateral view of the solid, the axis is perpendicular to XY. It's nothing but it's perpendicular to VP. As per the problem itself, we have to make it inclined at 30 degree to VP. For that, first I need to draw a pilot line with 30 degree inclination. It's 30 degree to VP, and then you need to redraw this lateral view again by tilting the axis 30 degree to VP. By the guidance of the pilot line, just we draw. Let me to select it. And here you need to maintain a small gap between the XY and the lateral view in order to avoid touching the solid lateral view with XY. Now I made it. Now, as usual, you have to draw the projectors from each and every corner of the solid towards its front view area. And from the previous front view also, the projectors for the points 1 dash, A dash, E dash, Y dash will come along with the XY line, and for the rest of the corners we need to project. Now we can identify the cut points. starting from the base corners. A is here, A dash is there, so the two projectors will intersect here, and we can mark the final A dash here. Similarly, point B and B dash intersection is here, point B for C dash and C. And here D dash, and finally here E dash for the face corners. Here we may have the point 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, and finally 5 dash. In order to connect the corners, we can follow our regular rule. The rule number 1 is we can join all outermost points as visible edges, and the point number 2 is we can join all remaining face corners as visible edges, and point number 3 we can join all remaining base corners as invisible edges, and finally we can consider the lateral edges. Yes, start to connect. So by following the first rule, before getting, it's actually a prism. We can have the database on what are all the base edges, face edges, and lateral edges, just for our reference purpose. You need not to have this as a part of answer in your answer sheet. This is just for our learning purpose only. The base edges in this pentagonal prism are AB, BC, CD, DE, and EA. In the face, they are 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 1. In the lateral side, 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, and 5E. So totally we are having 15 edges in this solid. Let's connect one by one. So the first point, we are going to join all the outermost points as visible edges. Complete. Now just see what all the edges get joined. In the base edges side, we just joined the edge AB, BC, and EA, and in the face edges side we joined 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5, 1. and in the lateral edges side we joined the 3C and 5E 1A. Let me to rub off the joint edges. So these are all the remaining edges not yet joined. Let's follow the second rule. The second rule is you have to join all the remaining face corners as visible edges. The remaining face edges are 1, 2 and 2, 3. They have to be joined as visible edges. Let's join. Edges 1, 2 and 2, 3 are now joined. And the rule number 3, we have to join all remaining base corners as invisible edges. The remaining base corners are CD and DE. These two base edges are not yet joined. We have to join them as invisible edges with the dashed line format. Now connected. And then the lateral edges, you have to decide. The lateral edges 2B and 4D are not yet connected. This can be easily decided by seeing the solid from the front. Just see the lateral portion from the front view. Here you can see we need to decide the edges 2B and 4D, whether they are visible or invisible. The edges 2B and 4D are not yet connected. To B and 4D. See the solid from the front. The edge 2B is here. The edge 2B is here. It's purely visible to us when you view it from the front view. So draw it as a visible edge. We connected 2B as a visible edge, and the edge 4D. The 4D, when you view it from the front, is an invisible edge because it's out of our vision. It's just behind the solid. So it's an invisible edge. You have to connect the edge 4D as a invisible edge with the dashed line format. But you can see one thing here. The 4D edge span is partially covered with the visible edge 2B. The total span of 4-D- is partially occupied by the visible edge 2-B-. So you should not rub off the 2-B- portion which is occupied in the area of 4-D-. We have to give first priority to the visible edge. So you need to highlight the portion which is not occupied by the 2B. That is, this portion has to be drawn with a dashed line format for mentioning the 4-D- edge with the dashed line format. Now the work is over. We connected all the edges in the solid. So this is the answer for this problem. You can try this with your paper and proper tools in your home. Thank you.